This is YSM Sports Media. Want to thank you for all your love and support. Really appreciate it. We wouldn't be able to do this without you. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now and click the notification button for all future content.
All right, so if you're not aware, Tyson Fury has tested positive for COVID-19, and they're looking to push the Fury vs. Wilder 3 fight back. It's looking like it's going to be in October due to scheduling conflicts. That begs the question, can you trust Tyson Fury outside the ring? The reason why I specified and said outside the ring is because inside the ring, he's a bad man. Like, Tyson Fury is a unicorn. You're never going to see that size with that speed and that skill. Never again. Like, that, it was just like a perfect storm. Everything just came together at the right time. But outside the ring, let's start. All right, so I don't know about in the UK, but I first got notice of Tyson Fury around the Steve Cunningham fight. Heard of him, saw the performance. Wasn't that impressed. Stephen Cunningham dropped him with a right hand. But let's go ahead to the Vlad Klitschko fight. He defeats Vlad Klitschko in a very technical, very boring fight, but he dethroned the king. And then after that, all the bullshit starts. Vlad had to take him to court to get the rematch. He postpones it because of an ankle injury, and then later pulls out because of mental health issues, citing unfit to fight. All right, this coincides with a steroids test, and I think he might have tested positive for cocaine. I'm not 100% sure if all of that occurred at that one time. And then fast forward, in 2 years, he returns to the ring, gets a deal with Deontay Wilder, gets his 2 fights, and then fights Wilder and Wilder versus Fury 1. And there was a rematch clause to where as though they would run it right back. And it was a draw. And then Tyson Fury didn't run it right back. He signed a deal with ESPN and did 2 interim fights, and then fought Wilder. Now we have 3 different situations already. So whereas though his word, he went against it and tried everything to get out. Now that was the last one was a business move, which is understandable, but it's a pattern of behavior. Okay, so then he goes ahead and Fury versus Wilder 2. He defeats Deontay Wilder, stopping him. I think it was like the 6th or 7th round. All right, they had a rematch clause in that fight. And what happens? COVID, and then Tyson Fury pulls out of the fight, in which started 5 to 6 months arbitration, in which Deontay Wilder ends up winning, forcing a 3rd fight. And then, as you heard yesterday, mysteriously Tyson Fury contracts COVID. And that's going to end up pushing the fight back even more. How can you, as a boxing fan, pay for plane tickets, pay for fight tickets in a Tyson Fury fight? I mean, for a great of his fighter as he is, and Bob Arum is a great promoter, legendary promoter, how can you in good conscience do that? Like, it's like you're throwing money in the air and just hoping it doesn't fly away, hoping there isn't a breeze. Because those Wilder tickets, man, look, it was a couple of dollars. And, you know, some people take time off of work. Some people schedule everything around these big fights, because a lot of fight fans don't live in Las Vegas, but they'll travel. And a friend of mine, he's actually traveling from Jacksonville, Florida, and he's really upset. So I know it must be difficult promoting Tyson Fury, because you never quite know. Like, I just gave you the small history. There might be plenty of stuff that I miss in his UK domestic boxing days, but that was basically the whole gist of it, as far as I'm concerned. That's a pattern of behavior. That's not a good look. And in tickets, that's going to cost as much as your mortgage if you want good seats. Plane tickets going to run you $200 to $300, and then you have hotel. These are all things you book it. Now, mind you, the money comes directly out, but it takes a while for that shit to come back. If anybody's ever booked anything, and so, can you really trust that Tyson Fury is going to be where he says he's going to be on fight night? For me, I can't. I knew I forgot something. I apologize. Joshua versus Fury, that whole saga. The day before Wilder wins an arbitration, Tyson Fury goes to social media and says the fight is 100% on. And it amazes me that fans still listen to his word and, take his word in high regard. Like, I don't know if they don't like Wilder that much or they're that big a fan of Tyson Fury, but as a human, bro, it's only so many times you're going to lie to me or do the exact opposite. And I'm just supposed to just take your word as gold. I can't. Like, I don't know if Tyson Fury's ever going to get in the ring again. I don't know if Tyson Fury's ever going to fight Deontay Wilder. Even with the litigation, I don't know. Dude is unpredictable. And this is going to be a problem with Bob going forward. Because, Bob is black and white, cut and dry. Like, you can say a lot about Bob, but he's about his money. And Tyson Fury is not a consistent person. He's very erratic. And a great fighter. Great. You had to look at him as the best heavyweight in the world right now. He has the 2 best wins, but you can't count on him. And in sports, they always said the best ability is being there. The best ability is availability. That's the best ability that you can have. I can't say that for Tyson Fury. That's not his best ability. I don't know when he's going to fight. I don't know how he's going to fight. And I don't know if he's going to fight ever again. A lot of fans are looking at the COVID-19 as a shield. They thinking that Tyson Fury is having a bad camp or the tickets aren't selling. I don't know. Do I believe that they're going to use COVID-19 as a tool going forward? You damn right. But I don't know about this situation. If I had to pick, I heard Tyson Fury was having a bad camp. I heard he was getting touched up in sparring. And this is not on the internet. This is my personal context. That's what I heard. Would I lean towards them doing something like that? Yeah. This is a big fight. You got to make sure he's 100% ready, 100% invested. And he didn't look in great shape at the press conference. But you tell me in the comments below, do you think Tyson Fury really tested positive for COVID-19? And can you trust him going forward? YSM Sports Media. We out.